Okay, so I just wanted to show off this Raspberry thing that I'm talking about here. So I've just got a simple Xbox controller hooked up to it right now. And it's, the whole thing is, the actual computer itself is this bad boy. So it's really small, really portable, easy to use, and fits, into a small case if you wanted to, put it into a small thing. So basically this is the front end, this is the main screen, and you can run through the list of emulators that are available. This one is the main one, which is FBA. Now I've got a 16 gigabyte storage card on here, so I can only fit, it can emulate more platforms, but this is all I can kind of get fit onto the size card that I have. And this emulator is actually Xbmc. It's not an emulator, it's a media center, which is really cool. But we can go ahead and drop into Game Boy, for example. And I have the full library for Game Boy available in here. I just haven't run the art on it yet. This is Game Boy Advance, and we can see how the art is already in here. So all the games, this is all the good games that I picked out of the Game Boy Advance. It's not the whole library. Here's Game Boy Color. This is the full library for GBC, which is relatively small. And I can get the art for that one in there. This is the Sega Genesis one. These are all my favorite Sega Genesis games listed into it. And for example, if we wanted to go ahead and launch Mortal Kombat, we just press A. Takes a second to load. It loads very quickly. You have the game. And then we can exit the game. Exiting is very simple. It's just start and select at the same time. So 2-button press and it'll take you back to the main screen. Doesn't take very long to get back to the main screen at all. Here we have Nintendo. I believe this is the full Nintendo library. So we'll just go ahead and use some of the bumper buttons to skip through quickly. Try to get to Super Mario Brothers. We'll launch Mario Brothers 3. We can select start, all the mappings, all the buttons work. Into the game. Sorry, I'm trying to play the game with one hand right now because, yeah, obviously can't play with one hand. Just holding the thing. Okay, and then we can exit the Super Mario Brother emulator. We'll go over here, showing a couple PC ports, some of the settings that make it really easy to remap your buttons and configure additional things, install other emulators if you're interested. Here's the 32X library. It's a full library for 32X and Sega SG-1000, and then the Super Mario Brothers. This is the full Super Nintendo library. And then here's something really special. This is the Xbmc, so this is a media center. So not only can you do, full game catalogs very simply, like for example, that's one of my custom-built arcade sticks that I have that I can hook up and use on one of these. So if you want to get the arcade emulator experience, you can. So this is Xbmc. This can be controlled with a keyboard, the controller, or even a cell phone app, which is what I use. It's actually pretty nice. And so we can go into videos. It's got a bunch of apps. I mean, the video apps are probably the best. We can go into Genesis. Very easy to manage, very easy to use like a wireless keyboard from the couch or your phone. And we can go to oh, it's still loading. I'll load up some movies. And we can go with the most popular. I mean, really, the library that this has is extremely extensive. This it's an application called Genesis, and it just streams stuff. And I got a customer coming into the arcade, but in 1 second.